Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Momentum Makers. Another opportunity to connect, reflect, and grow. Today, let's talk about the things you need to tell yourself every single day. These aren't just words. They're truths, affirmations, and challenges that will shape your mindset, guide your actions, and ultimately transform your life. This is about training your thoughts to lead you in the direction of purpose, passion, and progress. Every morning when you wake up, you have a choice. You can let the world dictate your day, or you can take the reins and command your life. The power of what you tell yourself can't be overstated, because what you say to yourself becomes what you believe, and what you believe shapes your reality. This is not about wishful thinking, it's about intentional living. So today we're diving into 11 things you need to tell yourself every day to keep you grounded, focused, and moving forward. The first thing you need to tell yourself is, I am enough. In a world that constantly tells you to be more, have more, do more, it's easy to feel like you're falling short. But the truth is, you're enough. Right now, as you are, you have everything you need within you to take the next step. This isn't about complacency. It's about knowing your worth. You don't need validation from anyone else, because you already have value. When you start your day with that belief, you carry yourself differently. You walk into rooms with confidence, not arrogance, but assurance that you belong. You don't waste time proving your worth to people who don't see it, because you already know who you are. Next, tell yourself, I am in control of my choices. Life throws curveballs, but you get to decide how you respond. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you react to it. Every choice you make, from the smallest decision to the biggest, shapes your life. So be intentional. Don't let circumstances or emotions drive you off course. Take a breath, take a step back, and remind yourself that you have the power to choose. Choose discipline over comfort. Choose growth over stagnation. Choose courage over fear. When you own your choices, you own your life. You also need to tell yourself, today is a gift and I will not waste it. It's so easy to take life for granted, to wake up and go through the motions without appreciating the miracle of another day. But every morning you open your eyes is an opportunity to love, to learn, to make a difference. Don't squander it. Don't let yesterday's regrets or tomorrow's worries rob you of today's joy. Live fully, live intentionally, and remember that this day will never come again. Make it count. Here's another one. I will focus on progress, not perfection. Too many people get stuck waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect conditions. Let me tell you something. Perfection is a myth. It's a trap that keeps you from moving forward. Instead of chasing perfection, chase progress. Small steps add up to big changes. Don't despise the day of small beginnings, because every great achievement starts with a single step. Celebrate the progress you make, no matter how small, because progress is what keeps you moving toward your goals. And let's not forget this one. I will learn from my failures. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the journey to success. Every time you fail, you learn. You learn what works, what doesn't, and what you're made of. Failure is a teacher, not a dead end. So don't fear it, embrace it. When you fall, get back up and use what you've learned to keep going. The only true failure is giving up. As long as you're trying, you're growing, and as long as you're growing, you're winning. And so there is hope and success because of my belief. Another powerful truth to tell yourself is, I will not compare myself to others. Comparison is the thief of joy. When you measure yourself against others, you either feel inferior or superior, and neither serves you. Your journey is your own. Your path, your pace, your purpose, it's all unique to you. Focus on being the best version of yourself, not a copy of someone else. When you stop comparing, You start appreciating who you are and what you have. Then there's this: I will keep pushing even when it's hard. Let's be real. Life isn't always easy. There will be days when you feel like giving up, when the weight of your challenges feels too heavy to carry. But those are the days that define you. Those are the days when your strength, your resilience, your character are forged. Don't quit. Keep going. Push through the pain, the doubt, the fear. On the other side of hard is growth. And on the other side of growth is greatness. Another thing you need to tell yourself is, I will be kind to myself. Too often we're our own worst critics. We beat ourselves up for our mistakes, our flaws, our shortcomings. But self-compassion is not weakness, it's strength. Speak to yourself with kindness and encouragement. Treat yourself with the respect and care you deserve. When you're kind to yourself, you build the confidence and resilience to face life's challenges. When you're kind to yourself, you build the confidence and resilience to face life's challenges. Don't forget to remind yourself, I am capable of greatness. Too many people sell themselves short because they're afraid to fail or afraid to succeed. But you are capable of more than you realize. There's untapped potential within you waiting to be unleashed. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. Believe in your abilities and take action to turn your potential into reality. And finally, tell yourself, I will leave the world better than I found it. Life is not just about what you achieve. It's about what you give. It's about the impact you have on others, the legacy you leave behind. Make it your mission to make a difference, no matter how small. Whether it's through your work, your relationships, or your everyday interactions, strive to leave a positive mark on the world. This is the message, because at the end of the day, success is not just about what you get. It's about what you give. Each of these truths is a seed that, when planted in your mind and nurtured through your actions, will grow into a life of purpose, passion, and fulfillment. You are enough. You've always been enough. Yet too often we seek validation from the world around us to measure our worth. Society, with its endless standards, its constant comparisons, and its unspoken rules, tries to dictate who we should be. It sets up markers of success and failure, whispering to us that we aren't quite there yet. But every morning when you wake up, the first thought in your mind should be this: I am enough. Not because someone said so, not because of what you've achieved or what you have yet to accomplish, but because your existence, your being, and your presence in this world is inherently valuable. That's not something anyone can give to you, and it's not something anyone can take away. It's so easy to fall into the trap of comparison. Social media floods us with curated glimpses into the lives of others. Perfect vacations, career milestones, happy families, flawless moments. These glimpses, polished and incomplete, make us question our own journey. Why am I not there yet? What am I doing wrong? But the truth is, you aren't supposed to be on someone else's path. You have your own road, your own lessons to learn, your own victories to celebrate. Every detour, every setback, every slow and steady step forward is uniquely yours. And in those moments when you feel like you're falling behind, remind yourself that you are running your own race. You are enough, not in comparison to anyone else, but in the fullness of who you are. And yes, the world will tell you otherwise. It will try to convince you that your worth is tied to what you produce, how you look, what you earn, and who you know. It will put conditions on your value, creating an endless cycle of striving and dissatisfaction. But you don't have to buy into that narrative. You can choose to stand firm, grounded in the truth that your value doesn't fluctuate with the opinions of others. It's constant, unwavering, and deeply rooted in your essence as a human being. Think about the moments in your life when you felt truly at peace, when you weren't striving or trying to prove anything to anyone. Maybe it was a quiet morning with a cup of coffee, a walk in nature, or a heartfelt conversation with someone you love. In those moments, you weren't questioning your worth. You were simply being. That is where your power lies, in the recognition that your existence, your thoughts, your dreams, and your presence are enough just as they are. And when you start your day with that truth, you become unstoppable. But being enough doesn't mean you're finished growing. It doesn't mean you stop striving to be better or pursuing your goals. Being enough means you have the foundation, the core strength, to take on whatever challenges come your way. It means you don't have to be perfect to be deserving of love, success, or happiness. It means you can give yourself grace in the moments when you fall short and celebrate the victories, no matter how small, without questioning if you deserve them. Every day you will face voices, external and internal, that try to make you doubt yourself. The voices might say, you're not smart enough, talented enough, strong enough. They'll remind you of your mistakes and point out your flaws, amplifying your insecurities. But those voices don't define you. They're echoes of a world that profits from your doubt and fears. You must replace those voices with a louder, stronger one, your own. Speak truth to yourself, even when it feels like the hardest thing to do. Tell yourself that you are enough, over and over again, until it becomes the foundation of your mindset, your decisions, and your life. Read more books, listen to more podcasts, grow the inspiration within. And when you embrace that truth, you start to see the world differently. Opportunities no longer feel like tests of your worth, but invitations to express your potential. Criticism no longer feels like an attack, but a chance to learn and grow. Setbacks no longer feel like proof of failure, but stepping stones toward a greater purpose. The lens through which you view your life shifts, and suddenly the very things that once made you feel less than become sources of strength and resilience. Being enough isn't just about how you see yourself. It's about how you show up in the world. When you know you are enough, you stop seeking approval from others. You stop bending yourself to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. You stop settling for relationships, jobs, or circumstances that don't honor your worth. Instead, you start making choices that align with your values, your passions, and your true self. You create boundaries not out of fear or rejection, but out of love and respect for yourself. Unquote. And here's the beautiful thing. When you live with the truth that you are enough, you give others permission to do the same. Your confidence, your authenticity, your self-acceptance become a light for those around you. You inspire others to let go of their insecurities, their doubts, and their need for external validation. You create a ripple effect of empowerment, reminding people that they too are enough. Life will continue to challenge you. It will throw curveballs, present obstacles, and test your resilience. But when you wake up every day with the belief that you are enough, you equip yourself with the strength to face whatever comes your way. You don't need to have all the answers, all the skills, or all the resources to make a difference. What you have right now is enough to take the next step, to make an impact, and to move forward. Your journey is your own, and no one else gets to define it for you. There will be times when the road feels long and the destination unclear, but in those moments, remind yourself of this simple truth. You are enough for this moment, for this challenge, and for this life. That truth will carry you forward, no matter what lies ahead. The second keynote is centered around the importance of self-awareness and how it serves as a compass in your life. Every day you wake up, there's a choice you make. You decide how you show up in the world, the energy you carry, and the intention behind your actions. Self-awareness is not about being perfect, but about understanding yourself deeply, your strengths, your weaknesses, your values, and your triggers. It is about knowing when to step forward and when to step back, when to push harder and when to take a breath. Many people move through life on autopilot, reacting instead of responding, driven by habits and external influences. But when you take the time to truly understand who you are, you regain control over your life and decisions. It starts with asking yourself honest questions. What drives you? What makes you feel alive? What are the patterns in your life that hold you back? These questions might seem simple, but their answers are profound. They open the door to reflection and reveal the invisible threads shaping your choices. Too often, people avoid this kind of introspection because it's uncomfortable. It forces them to face truths they might not want to admit. But growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens when you confront yourself with honesty and compassion, acknowledging both your light and your shadow. Self-awareness is about recognizing that your thoughts and feelings don't define you, but they do influence you. When you're aware of your emotions, you can pause and choose how to respond rather than being swept away by them. For example, when anger rises, self-awareness helps you identify its source. Is it truly about the current situation, or is it a reaction to an unresolved past experience? This awareness gives you the power to break free from cycles of reactivity and create a life rooted in intentionality. Another key aspect of self-awareness is understanding your values. Your values are the foundation upon which your life is built. They guide your decisions, shape your relationships, and influence how you spend your time. But if you've never taken the time to define your values, you might find yourself chasing things that don't truly matter to you. End quote. Society has a way of imposing its values on us: success, wealth, fame. But those external benchmarks can leave you feeling empty if they don't align with your inner truth. When you clarify your values, you create a personal compass that points you toward a life of meaning and fulfillment. One of the most empowering outcomes of self-awareness is the ability to set boundaries. Boundaries are not about shutting people out. They're about honoring your own needs and protecting your energy. Without boundaries, it's easy to become overwhelmed, overextended, and resentful. But when you're self-aware, you understand where your limits lie, and you can communicate them clearly and confidently. This not only protects your well-being, but also fosters healthier relationships built on mutual respect. Self-awareness also helps you identify the stories you tell yourself. Everyone has an inner narrative, a script that runs in their mind, often shaped by past experiences, fears, and societal conditioning. This narrative can either empower you or limit you. For example, if you believe you're not good enough, that belief will influence your actions, keeping you from pursuing opportunities or taking risks. But when you become aware of this narrative, you can challenge it and rewrite it. You can replace self-doubt with self-belief, fear with courage, and limitations with possibilities. Another important element of self-awareness is recognizing your habits, both the ones that serve you and the ones that sabotage you. Habits are powerful because they shape your life in subtle but significant ways. The way you start your day, how you respond to stress, the conversations you have with yourself. These small, repeated actions create the fabric of your life. When you're self-aware, you can identify which habits align with your goals and which ones need to change. This awareness allows you to make intentional choices that support your growth and well-being. End quote. Self-awareness is also about being present. In today's fast-pacing world, it's easy to get caught up in the noise and distractions, losing sight of what truly matters. But when you cultivate self-awareness, you learn to pause and tune in to the present moment. You become more attuned to your thoughts, emotions, and surroundings. This presence not only enhances your own life, but also deepens your connections with others. When you're fully present, you listen more deeply, empathize more genuinely, and create meaningful interactions. Moreover, self-awareness fosters resilience. Life will always throw challenges your way, but when you know yourself, you're better equipped to navigate those challenges. You understand your strengths and can draw upon them in difficult times. You recognize your triggers and can manage them effectively. You acknowledge your fears, but don't let them paralyze you. Self-awareness gives you the tools to adapt, persevere, and grow through adversity. It's also important to note that self-awareness is a lifelong journey. You don't wake up one day fully self-aware. It's a continuous process of learning, reflecting, and evolving. As you go through different stages of life, your self-awareness deepens, revealing new layers of understanding. The more you commit to this journey, the more aligned you become with your true self. In this journey, self-awareness isn't just about introspection, it's also about taking action. Awareness without action is incomplete. Once you've identified your values, strengths, and areas for growth, the next step is to align your actions with this awareness. This might mean making changes in your life, letting go of toxic relationships, pursuing a new career path, or prioritizing your health. These changes might be challenging, but they're necessary for living authentically and fully. Self-awareness also requires humility. It's about acknowledging that you don't have all the answers and that you're a work in progress. It's about being open to feedback and willing to learn from your mistakes. This humility allows you to grow without being weighed down by the need for perfection. Ultimately, self-awareness is a gift you give to yourself and to the world. It empowers you to live with intention, authenticity, and purpose. It allows you to create a life that reflects your true self rather than a life dictated by external expectations. And as you cultivate self-awareness, you inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of growth and empowerment. The third keynote centers around the importance of being selective about the voices and influences you allow into your life. In a world full of noise, where everyone has an opinion, a demand, or an expectation, it's crucial to protect your mental and emotional space. Every day, countless influences vie for your attention. Social media, advertisements, news, colleagues, friends, and even family. These influences shape the way you think, the way you feel, and ultimately the way you live. Without discernment, you risk becoming a product of these external forces, losing sight of who you are and what truly matters to you. The first step in being selective is to evaluate the quality of the voices you're listening to. Ask yourself, do these voices uplift and inspire me, or do they drain and discourage me? Are they aligned with my values and goals, or do they pull me in directions that don't serve my growth? It's easy to get caught up in negative or toxic influences without realizing it. A critical comment from a colleague, a pessimistic friend, or even the relentless comparison culture on social media can seep into your subconscious and affect your confidence, motivation, and sense of self-worth. When you become aware of these influences, you can take steps to minimize their impact and prioritize voices that nurture and support you. Being selective also means setting boundaries. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table, and not every voice deserves your attention. This doesn't mean you have to cut people out of your life entirely, but it does mean being intentional about how much access they have to you. Boundaries are a form of self-respect. They protect your energy and ensure that you have the capacity to focus on what truly matters. When you set boundaries, you're not only protecting yourself, but also teaching others how to treat you. You're sending a message that your time, energy, and mental health are valuable and not to be taken for granted. Another key aspect of being selective is choosing the right role models and mentors. Who you look up to has a profound impact on your mindset and aspirations. Role models and mentors provide guidance, inspiration, and a vision of what's possible. But not all role models are created equal. Some may be successful in one area of life but lack integrity, balance, or authenticity in others. It's important to choose role models whose values align with yours and who embody the qualities you aspire to develop in yourself. Look for people who not only achieve success but also lead with kindness, resilience, and a sense of purpose. In addition to role models, the content you consume plays a significant role in shaping your mindset. The books you read, the podcasts you listen to, the shows you watch, These are all voices that influence your thoughts and beliefs. Ask yourself, is the content I'm consuming enriching my life, or is it distracting me from my goals? Is it helping me grow, or is it keeping me stuck in old patterns? Choose content that challenges you, expands your perspective, and inspires you to become the best version of yourself. Being selective also extends to your inner dialogue, the voice inside your own head. Often, the most influential voice in your life is your own, and it can be either your greatest ally or your harshest critic. Pay attention to the way you talk to yourself. Are your thoughts empowering or self-defeating? Are you building yourself up or tearing yourself down? If your inner dialogue is negative, it's time to rewrite the script. Replace self-doubt with self-belief, criticism with compassion, and fear with courage. This doesn't mean ignoring your flaws or challenges, but rather approaching them with a mindset of growth and possibility. Another important element of being selective is knowing when to tune out the noise altogether. Sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself is to step away from the chaos and find stillness. In moments of stillness, you can hear your own thoughts, reconnect with your inner voice, and gain clarity about what truly matters to you. This might mean taking a break from social media, spending time in nature, or simply sitting in silence. In these moments, you create space for self-reflection and allow your intuition to guide you. Being selective also involves choosing your battles wisely. Not every argument is worth having. Not every criticism is worth addressing. And not every challenge is worth taking on. When you're clear about your values and priorities, it becomes easier to discern which battles are meaningful and which are distractions. Save your energy for the fights that truly matter, the ones that align with your purpose and contribute to your growth. Let go of the rest with grace and confidence. Another crucial aspect of being selective is surrounding yourself with a supportive community. The people you spend the most time with have a significant impact on your mindset, energy, and outlook on life. Surround yourself with individuals who inspire you, challenge you, and celebrate your successes. Seek out relationships that are built on mutual respect, trust, and encouragement. At the same time, be willing to distance yourself from toxic relationships that drain your energy or hold you back. It's not about being harsh or judgmental, but about honoring your own well-being and creating an environment that fosters growth. Being selective is not about being closed-minded or shutting yourself off from the world. It's about being intentional and discerning in the choices you make. It's about recognizing that your time, energy, and attention are valuable resources and choosing to invest them wisely. It's about creating a life that reflects your values, priorities, and aspirations, rather than being shaped by external influences. This requires courage, self-awareness, and a commitment to living authentically.